The last video we have studied about pressure and thrust, a simple problem. And do you know, if a single nail pricks your body, it is very painful. How is it possible for a people to lie down on a bed of nails still remain unhurt? It is because area of contact is more, so the pricking of pin force is less, so they won't be hurt, the people those who are lying on the bed of nail. This one more problem for you. Problem is, the man whose mass is 90 kg stands on his feet on a floor. The total area of contact of his feet with the floor is 0.036 meters square. Considering the gravity as 10 meter per second square, how much the pressure? So whenever you find the word mass, you have to convert the value into weight. How will you convert the mass into weight? By multiplying it by gravity. For that only the detail is given as G is equal to 10 meter per second square. So F is equal to, force is equal to mass into gravity. Mass is 90 into 10, so 900 Newton. Pressure is equal to force by area. 900 Newton divided by 0.036. In order to remove the decimal, you can multiply the numerator and denominator by 1000. Then you will be getting 9 into 5 zeros divided by 36. So easily you can cancel it out. 9 ones are 9, 9 fours are 36. Then first 2 digit 100 will be goes by 4 25 times. Then you will be getting an answer 25,000 Pascal. Here it is, by removing the decimal symbol, multiplying above and below by 1000. 1, 2, 3 divided by 36. So cancelling 9 ones are 9, 9 fours are 36. Then first 2 digit I am taking 100, 4 25s are 100. So your answer is 25,000 Pascal. Have you understood the sum? Yes, good. We will be going to the next topic, pressure in fluids. Pressure in fluids. All the flowing substance are called fluids. As I said in the heading itself, what are called fluids? All the flowing substance, that is both liquids and gases, are called fluids. Like solids, fluids also have weight and therefore exert pressure. The substance which is having an weight will be exerted some force, that is called as pressure. When filled in a container, the pressure of the fluid is exerted in all directions. For that we had a simple example, filling the rubber ball with the water and piercing the ball on all the sides, compressing it with the center. You can able to see the fountain like water coming from all the small holes with the equal pressure. So before you are pressing, the water is exerting pressure on the walls of the rubber ball. So whatever be the container you are filling with a fluid, the fluid will exert pressure on the walls of the container. So fluid exert pressure on all direction. Since the molecules of the fluids are in constant rapid motion, the particles are likely to move equally in any direction. Therefore, the pressure exerted by the fluid acts on an object from all directions. It's shown in the figure 3.2. Pressure in a fluids is calculated as shown in the below. As we studied the formula, common formula, pressure is equal to force by area. Even it is in fluid pressure, whatever be the pressure, pressure is equal to total force exerted by the fluid, area over which the force is exerted. Here the two container, one is having gas and another one is having liquid. Both is having pressure, gas molecules, and liquid pressure and liquid molecules. We shall first learn about the pressure exerted by liquids and then learn about the pressure by gases. Pressure exerted, pressure due to liquids. The force exerted due to pressure of a liquid on a body submerged in it and on the walls of the container is always perpendicular to the surface. When a air filled in a balloon is immersed inside a water in a vessel, it immediately comes up and floats on the water. This shows the water exert pressure in an upward direction. Not only the balloon, even a mug which we are using, invertedly mug without liquid, invert the mug and make the mug to pressure inside the liquid. It will comes up as soon as you raise your hands from the mug, because the air inside it will be compressing the liquid and piercing the liquid layer and getting in. The same way the liquid exerts some upward pressure on that mug which you are immersing. This is called as buoyant force. Here two examples are given. Similarly, liquid pressure acts in a lateral sides also. When a bottle having a water is pierced on the sides, we can see the water coming out with a speed. This is because the liquid exerts lateral pressure on the wall of the container. See the bottle. In the bottle, three sides had been pierced. The liquid is coming out from the three holes with the pressure. So this shows that liquid exerts pressure. That pressure is mentioned as lateral pressure on the walls of the container. A transparent pipe fitted with the balloon at the bottom. In that pipe, you are pouring some water from the top. As soon as you are pouring the water, you can able to see the balloon is bulging out. It shows that water poured in the pipe exert pressure on the bottom of the container. Still now we have studied the fluid exert pressure on the sides of the wall, not only in the sides of the wall as well as at the bottom of the container also liquid exert pressure. Then factors determining the liquid pressure in liquids. Depends upon the height, the pressure of the liquid varies. Density of the liquid varies the pressure as well as the gravity. Here there is a container. In this container, at three different height, the hole is made and the water is pouring from the container is filled with water, and as soon as you open these three holes, you can able to see the water comes out from the three holes, but it falls on different distances. See, from the top of the container, the first hole, the distance is small. The second hole, the distance is little bit more. Then in the third hole, the falling of liquid at a large distance. See the first hole distance, second hole distance, and the third hole distance is more. So this shows that pressure of the liquid at the bottom of the container is more than at the top. This shows depth. Depends upon the depth, the pressure is varying. The second one, density of the liquid. One is water and one is cooking oil. And in this also you can able to see the where the distance the liquid falls. See the distance by the water and the distance by the cooking oil. This distance shows which one is having more pressure. Here the density is more for the cooking oil, so the pressure is less. On the density is less for the water and the pressure is more. Depends upon the density, the pressure is also varies. The same way pressure due to a liquid column. A tall beaker is filled with a liquid so that it forms a liquid column. The area of cross section at the bottom is A. The density of the liquid is rho. The height of the liquid column is h. In other words, depth of water from the top level to the surface is h. So h, pressure is equal to force by area. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Then mass is equal to density into volume. How it comes density into volume? Already we know density is defined as the mass per volume. Density is defined as mass per volume. Here the density is given in the rho. So mass is equal to rho into V. Okay. So pressure is equal to force by area, where force is equal to mass into gravity. Instead of m, we are going to write P into V, rho into V. This is a different style of writing P. Is called as rho. This is density. Volume. For example, if you ask you to find out the volume of an rectangle, what will you do? Multiplication of L into B into H. What is L into B formula for an rectangle? It's denoted an area.